Hello, welcome to the channel, the stream, and episode 27 of our New Frontier Forestry Survival series. We've got a couple of bits we need to do, so we're going to get straight on, and even though it's raining, we're going to see how many fields we can get rolled. So let's just crack on and start getting rolled. We are active in chat if you want to say hello or anything. But yeah, other than that, we're just gonna get on and start getting the work done. I do like the rain effects. It's just a nice sound. It's like sitting in a conservatory when it's raining outside. Just a nice background, almost an ASMR. And then you've got the drone of the tractor and the rattling of the roller, but yeah. We want to break off that because I'm just doing lines. I'm going up and down, I'll just do the lines. So yeah, we'll only skip one at a time. I'll just skip one. I was going to skip two there, but no. And here's where the power of the tractor is starting to show. It's a lot easier bringing it down this tiny slope than it is going up. I don't think we've got any sort of inclinometer on the tractor. I did notice though the fuel gauge and repair levels do actually work for the tractor, which is nice. But yeah, if you're out there, don't hesitate to say hello. We are active, even if it doesn't sound like it sometimes. We are active. I hope you're all doing well. Hope life's treating you well. And if not, then I hope things get better for you. Spinny, spinny. And away we go. Damn it, a split second too early. There we go. Ooh, those thunder rumbles. Love them. Which one is it? That one. Oh, I was hoping we might still be able to hear the thunder from in here, but I don't think we can. Now it's one of those that we're rolling it for now. I would much prefer that large stone picker from the shop. I believe the large one is a mod. We'll take a look at it in a moment. But I would much prefer to be using that one, but we just don't have the money for anything. We've just spent out 50 grand for that bakery that has got pallets outside of it. That's our sneaky stones. Really sneaky stones. But that's our bread. That's bakery. Well, yeah, it says that there isn't a huge amount there, but that's to be expected because it's been pumping them out. It could do with some more flour. Have we got any more flour? Has any been made? Well, yeah, so it's distributing its flour straight down to. That is distributing. Yeah, all of. Yeah, brilliant. Took me a second to realise where on screen it was. But yeah, that's all distributing down. So we'll just keep an eye on it and make sure that they stay topped up, because we have got some oats left in the silo over there. I believe it's oats. Let's have a very quick. Oh, not there. This one. Yeah, we still got some oats and straw. Where's the straw? Is that what's saved in the baler? And we've still got some wheat put by for the chickens that will more than likely end up going into the windmill. Got anything else on this list? Not really, it's just through for the sake of it now. Let's back to the field. Okay, the bakery has already got some bread outside. That's nice. Yes, that's what I was going to look at. This is the tractor we want. This one here. Don't need anything special for it. We narrows. Okay, so we can get narrows for an extra grand, so 90,500 total. Okay, so I have to beat the trellis box. That's not a problem though. But that's what we want to get at some point. And I was also going to look at the modded stone picker, wasn't I? As soon as we've hit this tree, won't be a problem. And away we go. Right. So, where was that modded stone picker there? It's this one, because this is base game, but for 8 grand more. What's that? Almost double the length. 5.5, 9.5, so it's an extra 4 meters. So you got 2 meters extra either end. I will very much go for that for 8 grand compared to that one. But it's just having a 64 in a 64 in the first place. We'll get there though. We'll get there, even if it means chopping down a load of those trees. We got, I'd say we got 60 grand's worth there easily. Probably just in a few of them. I mean, yeah, I've got a few of these we could chop down too if we wanted to clear off some of the extras at the side. But if we get enough of those cleared down there, we could get a third field on relatively flat ground. Although there is something I wanted to check, because we can't go all the way up to the edge, I don't believe. Oh, we can, so it's my mistake. I don't believe we can build all the way up to the edge with buildings and things like that. But, okay, we can drive all the way up to the edge. Get out of the tree. Oh, you're not showing me lines now. Oh, if it's not one thing, it's something else, eh? Let's, thank you. Alright. Somewhere. Straighten this up. About there-ish, I think we'll do. And then, yeah, that'll do. That's good. Come back. Oh, just off the edge. It's alright, I'll pick that up after. That won't really matter actually, this is just getting it ready for sowing. The fact it's ploughed on that bit won't, and not rolled, won't make that much of a difference. I'm getting on this quicker than I thought we would, to be fair. Let's have a very quick look. Cheeky save. Okay, brilliant. Very quick look, and we'll be planting our canola next month. And that's it. So we definitely want to make sure the canola field is rolled and fertilised and all the rest of it. Alright. Let's see how bad of a farmer I actually am. Okay, well it's almost impossible to mess this one up because it's not as wide as my implement. Yay! Sarcasm is strong with this one. I do love sarcasm. They say it's the lowest form of wit. That means that more people can enjoy it. You see that small patch of sneaky stones back there? Yeah, those ones are those ones on the right aren't my fault though. Completely those ones on the left, my fault. Kind of. It's within the rolled patch, so technically they should have gone away, but I'll grab those at the end, that's not a problem. See there, more stones, they should have gone. As I said, it's my fault I didn't set up the field correctly. Normally I reduce the working width, so I've got a nice overlap either side. But unfortunately, this implement doesn't. It might be probably the code in the game, to be fair, not the mod maker. And I do appreciate the mods that people make. They extend the game far beyond what the original creators do. But there are little bits like that that annoy me. Get the camera out of the tree. That set of stones right there, right hand side, should have disappeared. Some of that will pay increased repair costs, that do actually cost now. Oh, hello Jojo Plays, Hectic Jojo Plays. Nobody, you haven't missed much. Not at all. Literally just started. You've missed the lines you see on the field, that's it. So not much at all. Hope you're well, hope you're well. I've just been saying that I am chatting. Trying to make sure you can't hear breathing sounds. But yeah, hope you're well. No, we haven't done much. Just the little bit of rolling you see on the screen, missing a few sets of stones here and there. And you're on the train. Ooh, what a real one. You're on a real train. Woo! Drive-in or just a passenger? If I zoom that out a little bit, it should make it a tiny bit easier to hear me. Doesn't help that it's raining in the game as well. Off to the city and you are a passenger. No, nice. I'm doing better. Good. It's nice when people are doing a little better. My wife's doing a little better. She's still up and down occasionally with how she's feeling, and but it's just trying to get to terms with little one having her diabetes, but we'll get there. It's one of those, but DMU as well, so it's pretty loud. Oh, yeah. But I've only toyed a little bit with the DMUs. I think they're DMUs anyway, but I've only toyed a little bit with them on Train Sim World. Just to double check, is the class 66 a DMU? Because I've played with that a couple of times. But yeah, you haven't missed much at all. I was just saying what tractor I'd like to get if we had some money, and what stone picker I'd ideally get instead of using the roller for this job. I'd just pick the stones up, and there is a tiny lime, like, production facility, so I'd stick all the stones into that and make a little bit of the lime for myself rather than having to go and purchase, because the lime itself isn't that expensive, but the amount you use makes it add up. So 158 would be a DMU. Okay, alright. So the 66 is a diesel, 158 is a DMU. I thought DM was diesel mechanical unit. But I haven't got a clue when it comes to it. This is what I was saying a minute ago about some of the rollers and things like that. Those sneaky stones off to the side just missed, and there, I've got to go over to the side a little bit to get them. Otherwise, when I go over with my sewing machinery, they'll damage the machinery, so it'll cost more for repairs, and that actually costs now because they fixed it in an update, so it's not free. Multiple unit, you're on a Velocity DMU. It's a Victorian 3-car DMU made by Bombardier. Oh, old school, proper old school. That's something that I heard you mention a little while back, was there's another one. I missed that one too. It's because I was looking at the chat. I've started doing it. I've started doing what I always complained at YouTubers for, was, yeah, to pay attention to what you're doing, have a quick look at chat and whatever, but then get back to what you're actually doing so you don't mess up. But yeah, I heard a little bit of what you were saying the other day, and a couple of weeks ago, whatever, was diesel multiple unit DMU, electrical multiple unit EMU. Yeah, with you. So the multi-carriage ones that are all stuck together. Yeah, got it. But yeah, I heard what you're saying about the wanting some Australian lines or something like that in TSW. That would be nice. And yeah, obviously one of those that, being the UK, I don't know if I'd actually use them, play on them, anything like that, but just a little bit more variety. I mean, they have added in another set of stones. They have added in the Netherlands, which is nice. But yeah, from what I've understood, it has mainly been the UK, Germany and the US that they focused on with their routes. Alright, now we've got a nice long line, and I'm not going to worry about the stones either side. Well, you say you'll not get them. Did you ever think they'd do Dutch routes? But this is the stone picker we want, 64,000, compared to the 56,000 base game one. For an extra 2 meters either side, so 4 meters total, it's worth the extra 8 grand. But that means having 64 grand. And that's on top of our 90 grand for that. Narrow tyres so that we can do work in the field without worrying about stuff, but we will switch back to... Oh, really? Narrow twins? Weird. Okay, but we will switch back to those as normal. But yeah, that's another 90 grand, so 150 grand that we just don't have at the moment. Hopefully we might at some point. I think we're doing okay with the... Oh, and that's on top of the 105k we owe the bank, but shh, it's fine. That doesn't matter. we'll get to that. We're in a position now with the bakery that we can quite happily make our money. As long as we got the grain going into the flour mill, the windmill at the top of the hill, and the flour going down to that bakery, we're in a situation we're able to make our money back. So, we shall get there. You say you not get them. Yeah, we might. Don't lose hope. Yes, they simulated the bank debt in as much as you can go into the finance tab, over to your finances, see what you spent out, what's come in, how much profit, all that sort of stuff for everything. There's vehicles, sold vehicles, hand tools, sold hand tools, blah blah, loads and loads, covers everything. And then you're able to borrow or repay in increments of £5 a time. As it stands, I wanted a new piece of land and almost, and the used vehicle. That's not the one we want. That's pretty much what we've got, but in blue. See, this is why I try not to come into the used vehicle sale. And that's £4 and holds... that holds as much as we hold right now, that's fine. But this is half price. 226 horsepower. You see, I want the big engine. 91 grand. 226 horsepower. Or if we look at the one that we were looking at, that's brand new, 230 grand. So I think we'll stick with the brand new one when we get the money. It's not worth dipping further into the red for that. Yeah, it's pretty in depth. It's been like that for a long time though. I only really started playing from FS19, dabbled in FS17 I think, but I only really started paying attention and playing in FS19. And yeah, it was like that back then in that one. So yeah, you've always been able to get a loan from the bank. It has changed in FS25 though. You can choose what level of start you have. Start from scratch, new manager, farm manager, that sort of stuff. And then on top of that, what level of money you start with. And then on top of that, how much bank loan you start with. So you could start with zero money, but a $50,000 bank loan, at which point, well, you instantly owe the bank 50 grand and you've got no money. So you need to start doing contracts to get the money together to start paying off your 50 grand bank loan. Right, now I'll play with this one before I start it. Right, that's the auto 5 point. Dropping that down a little further. One set of headlands. Yep. But yeah, if we get that, if I pick up that stone picker at some point, that will remove the need to use this roller, because it will do the rolling as part of the stone picking. I would also, at some point, let's take another quick dive into the menu, I would also at some point like to get a better seeder, one that's a bit Which one was it? It was that one. That will run. That's 200 horsepower. That will run with our Deutz we want to get. But that's 130 grand. So, but it is 6 meters. It's double the width we've got now. I mean, it's 8 meters. It's another 30 grand, but if we're paying out 240 horsepower, but it might be like this little machine. That Deutz might be amazing. Because this little Massey does anything and everything. Struggles occasionally, but gets the job done. Yeah, that's that tractor's the next one we're aiming for. I mean, if money was no object, we'd straight into the large tractors. Yeah, if we're going to stick with... Oh, I was going to say if we're going to stick with Masseys, but there aren't any, so... And John Deere, from what I understand, kind of screw their customers. And you don't get a class tractor, you get a class combine. So it'd be the Fendt. Big old tracks. Yeah, almost at the end. And that'll go up there. If we go down, because excuse me, if we go down and look at the harvesters, this is this is the small harvester we've got, and it's got a total of about 5,000 litres capacity. 15,000 litre capacity. You say, I know John Deere have horrid right to repair policies. Someone would say Class or Fendt are the better brands. Yep. Yeah, I've watched a bit of Clarkson's farm. And I've picked up a little, as I said in a previous episode, actually, I sat there with the wife and started pointing at bits, going, oh, that's a this, and this is a that, and yeah, only because of the game, only because of Farm Sim. Yeah, from that, I believe it was from that, I heard, yeah, don't get class tractors, get class combines, because they make bloody good combines, but don't get a tractor from class. So, but yeah, big fair amount of John Deere. That's the mod one. Where's... There it is. CR11 Gold Edition. This was pre-order or season pass bonus or something, but 750,000, 20,000 litre capacity. Almost at the end. Yeah, you say you remember me saying that on the last episode. Yeah, see, sometimes I say stuff and then I can't remember that I've already said it. Unfortunately, it's a byproduct of getting old. I'm sure I'll do it plenty more times. The wife gets annoyed at me about it, which is understandable. She tells me something and about 5 minutes later she asks me something about what she said, and I ain't got a clue. Yeah, 740 grand. So if we take a very quick look, Mac Don pack, that's 135 for that, and then you need that to go with it, and you need that to go with it. But that isn't actually as bad as I thought it was. 52 grand. That's suddenly that Mac Don pack doesn't look too bad. It's only 50 grand. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Yeah, you can get some crazy price bits of equipment. 659 grand for a forage harvester. Balers, you can get some expensive 250 grand balers. The farming is bloody expensive. You say, oh, my memory is terrible sometimes as well. I'm only 34, but I call myself old. Yeah, I realised I was old at about 32. I sort of looked at myself and went, oh, I don't look as young, or I don't quite feel it. I mean, mentally, I still feel like 18. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to the fact that I tricked some woman into marrying me, or we've actually got kids and I'm responsible for a child. I don't think it'll ever fully sink in, because after my illness and stuff years ago, it's something I never thought I'd had, so I never thought I'd get. So I don't think it'll ever fully sink in, but it is nice. It is nice. Occasionally I catch myself and it's like, oh, yeah, I don't care how skint I am sometimes. This is all good. Come on. Come on, Massey. You can do it, girl. You can do it. Another cheeky save. I want a quick look at the map. Crop types, crop, right, okay. Yeah, so we still got to roll all of the other ones, but the canola is the important one, so we'll get that done next. And no, I didn't pick it up. But that's fine. That's fine. It's fine, just fine. Fine, just fine. Haha, that tiny little bit of overlap helps if you're not quite lined up straight. But yeah, with 10 grand in the bank and plenty of... You said, sorry, internet spaced out. It gets spotty as you travel along the line. Oh, no, that's fair enough. If you end up dipping in and out, it's not a problem. Yeah. It's one of those, I don't care what the YouTube algorithm sort of says or anything on them. I'll put my videos out. But yeah, I was just saying, the bread, best time for bread to go is December, so we've got a good 6 months before we can sell any of what we've got. Very quick look at the notes. The best time for the canola oil is also December. No, November for that. And we have no dairy, but the goats aren't putting out a huge amount. I'm going to have a very quick look at the goats in the menu. See, they're happy. I know they're happy because the game says they're happy. So make more milk. Be, like, happier. Actually, I think I know what the problem is. I know why they're not making a huge amount. Yeah, there are 10 of them. I've got 10 goats. 10 goats aren't going to make a huge amount of milk overall. So, if they have high mood, they produce more. Possibly, actually. There's a possibility. I will fully admit, I don't know. As just an off-the-cuff response, I don't know. There's a possibility they do. I know that when it comes to horses, because you only get horses to either breed or sell, but they take a long time to get to breeding age. So what I'm doing with one of my horses is I've got one that was named by a subscriber, and that one will stay there until it reproduces, at which point I'll name that next horse after a suggestion by a subscriber, or commenter or whatever, but someone will comment, I'll name it. I've got another one that I'm literally just wait until it gets to $1,000, taking it back to the place, animal dealer, selling it, buying another one for 500, bringing it back, doubling me money and selling it again, just to try and pay for the money, pay for the trailer and get some of the money back that we spent out on that, because that was 16 grand for that trailer that carries 2 horses. That's all it does, nothing else. It just carries 2 horses, and it was 16 grand. And I don't know if it's quite coming across in my voice, so I'll say it again. It was 16 grand for 2 horses. Now I could negate that. Yeah, I could negate that. I could just pay the delivery charge. It's like $300 a horse or something. I went straight past it. There it is, animal transport. Oh, 13. Which one? No, that one. 16 grand for that. No extra setups, no nothing. That's before I'd got that one, although that doesn't do horses. So, that one does though. Yeah, you say if you plan to do the double your money thing a few times. Sorry, just get myself lined up. Miss that tree. Miss that tree. There we go. Yeah, you say if you plan to do the double your money thing a few times, the float might be a better idea. Paying the delivery charge just eats profits, and if you do it enough times, the float would pay itself off. Then it's pure profit. Well, minus the feed. Yeah, that's why wrong menu. This menu. That's why we take a look in here. The base food that they get is oats or sorghum or something, but the base food is that, which is why we grew some, because then the base food isn't costing us anything. The next one down, the hay, yeah, we deal with that as well. We've got a grass field, we cut that, we use the tedder, it turns the grass into hay, collect the hay and we feed it to the horses. Same with the goats over there. They don't cost us anything in feed because we'll just cut some grass and give it to them. Thankfully, it's I have tried to stay as self-sufficient as possible, so I haven't got to keep spending out for everything all the time. It's why we don't have any money, but we've got a lot of bits and pieces. Trying. You say that's pretty big brain, to be fair. Grow your own feed and save the money on that as well. Yeah, the silage in the bales, wrapped bales over there, can be used and given to cows. Now, cows can also produce milk that will go into the dairy that we can use, just like goat's milk, to produce cheese and butter. And then I think that cheese and butter can go over to the bakery and be used to make cakes if you add the eggs into it from the chickens that we've got. So that tree is going to have to go. It's just right in the way there. That's going to have to go. Let's just spin this around a second. I know it's only a little bit, but my OCD will do my head in. Big spin. Big spin. I'm going to hit the tree. So let's do it in cab for a second. There we go. Oh, it was that one. There we go. Ah, get out of the tree. Oh. Yep, okay. Alright. Why? Is that not dropped? No, it is dropped. Why isn't that doing that little bit there then? Right. And that's lowered down. So roll. Roll the ground. Why won't it do that? Oh, it did. Okay. Texture's caught up eventually. Yeah, all that interconnected. You say you'd never have thought of all that interconnected industry. Yeah, it's baked into the game. I think it was released as a mod. Someone released it as a mod for FS22, FS19, and then they added in productions and stuff like that into 22. Or it was added as a mod in 22, and then they added with this one as base game. But yeah, it's nice because you can slowly build up to having like everything. To be fair, I mean, modders have released all sorts. I watched a Mr. CDP video. He's been away doing something else this week, but I watched a Mr. CDP video because he does all the mod reviews. Literally, mod comes out the following day or later that day. He's reviewed all of the mods for that day. Tells you if certain bits work, if they're broken, what they do, how they work, who they're by, how much they cost, slot counts for consoles, all of it. He is really good like that. But yeah, he showed one off earlier, whenever it was. He showed one off very recently. Postal service. For whatever reason, it's a postal service. So you can simulate post drops and stuff like that. It's really, really weird. Yeah, you say you wish you had someone like that from TSW. Yeah, it's someone that does like a mod roundup or a route review or something. I can't remember who. I want to say it's like DS4620 or something like. I can't remember exactly, but I have seen a couple of route reviews for TSW on YouTube. As I say, I can't remember off the top of my head. DS4620 Productions or something. As I said, don't quote me. Can't remember. It was only a quick flick, but I swear there was a couple of route reviews for TSW5. You say some routes you'd wish you'd been able to see before you bought them. Yeah, would that be... Now here's the thing, would that be seeing them for your platform or just getting a look at them in general? Because you might see it, say someone does the PC review and then you go to use it on PS4. Yeah, you've just made the point I was saying, yeah. Some routes, you'd wish you'd been able to see them. And I said, people, there are some, but yeah, you say, not for the 8th gen, just the 9th and PC, and that is, unfortunately, the problem, is that the older consoles get left behind. It is nice that they have still included, 8th gen PS4s and Xbox Series something, whatever it is. Beep beep. Yeah, alright. Last pass on this field. We're getting these done quite quickly, to be fair. Oh. You say, to be fair, the 8th gen will most likely be dropped in TSW6. More than likely it is. a lot of devs are dropping last gen consoles now. Giants with Farm Sim, prime example. They I don't believe this is available on PS4. Which is a shame, but I do understand the choice. Like, if the limitations of the old gen are holding back what you can do, and thus gives the newer gen consoles a slightly worse game, I get it, but it doesn't mean that it isn't a shame. Right, that's that field done. Oh, nice, you say you've almost paid off your PS5, so you'll be on it 9th gen soon. Almost hit my trailers, so you'll be on 9th gen soon. That's nice. That's nice. The that feeling you get when you first fire it up. There's almost nothing like it. I want to say it'll be the best feeling. No, having a little one, having my little one was the best thing. But I'll tell you what, firing up that PS5 for the first time, it comes a close second. Just being like, oh, it's mine. I got it. Brand new piece of kit. I was a bit of a sap. I'm quite a pot ahead. Oh, they basically just do PC ports to... Okay. Well, that isn't awful. I mean, Xbox is effectively just a PC designed for gaming. I'm still waiting for the RDR2 sort of port to next gens, and I was sort. Oh no, it kind of does. It kind of goes the right way. Yeah, okay. We'll do it as it tells us to. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense to... I take it as just asset stripping and texture reductions and things like that. Frame rate caps and all that sort of technical stuff that I half understand. Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I said a minute. Yeah, having a little one was the best feeling, but then getting a PS5 is a close second. Yeah, it was a very close second. It was nice. As I was saying, I picked it up back February. What are we in? 20. Little one born. 22, 23. Early 23, I think I picked mine up. Just after all the scalpers who got bored. And they became actually obtainable. So I picked mine up primarily because my wife and I are really big Potterheads. So I wanted to play Harry Potter. I wanted to play Hogwarts Legacy. And then absolutely demolished it. You say the TSW5 Train Sim World Reductions PC to console ports, it's only layer and timetable reductions, no reduced assets or textures. Consoles do that themselves as they've run out of memory. Yeah, provided they're not trying to power your abode into the stratosphere. I remember how noisy my old PS4 could be. My oldest PS4 is actually dead now as well. Like it won't work properly at all, it just won't turn on. It's gone. Oh, you say the scalpers, $1,500 base PS4 was going for around your neck of the woods. Wow. I know people had them up for stupid prices. I know that I saw some for like 900 and something, but as far as I'm aware, they did go for a lot higher as well. But it's one of those that, as it stood, my PS4 still worked. So I was just going to wait until they came back into stock, and part of it was obviously the shortage. Scalpers saw an opportunity and they took advantage of it. That you can't blame them from a business point of view. It's just, morally, I think it's a shitty thing to do. Excuse my French, I don't think it's very nice to do that sort of thing, but then at the same time, I don't have the money and I'm not in a position to be able to do that sort of thing. So, without having the money to do that sort of thing, and then saying I find it despicable, I can't fully comment. But I don't think it's morally right. I know people out there want to play games and what. You say your PS4 is calling V1. Yeah. It's, my old PS4 is now dead. As I said a minute ago, it's I've got a PS4 Slimline that I gave to the wife when I got my PS5, because she had my old PS4 when I got my PS4 Slim, and then when I got my PS5 she had my old PS4 Slim, and then about a year later my original PS4 just gave up the ghost, didn't want to work properly or anything, and now it just won't turn on at all. So it's gone. It's alright, it's not a problem. The wife's still got a console if she needs it, and I've still got my PS5. So those are the important bits. Yeah, you say it made perfect business sense, but a shitty thing to do as a human. Yeah, it is. It's like, but then again, see, I've tried my best so far, and I've tried my best so far on this channel to make sure that I keep my soapbox tucked firmly away, because I would sit here all night and put the world to rights and be like, yeah, well, this is how this should be done and that's how that should be done. But unfortunately, that can ruffle people's feathers, and as much as I like to be outspoken and everything, I do also like sticking content up on YouTube, so I don't want them to be like, oh no, you said the wrong political thing. So I won't go into politics and everything like that. I do like my soapbox. It's nice and shiny. I keep my soapbox buffed up pretty nice. I do like to get on it occasionally and preach about this and that, but yeah, the state of certain things and the way things are going and bits and pieces like that, I am shan't say too much. Oh. When you get your PS5, you plan to load TS4, TSW4 on your PS4, TSW5 on your PS4, and thrash it until it dies. Dynamic weather on, lightning storms, and all the layers. Yeah, that'll about do it. Try loading a Rockstar game, do GTA 5 or Red Dead 2. They'll kill it. Just trying to remember what really... I'm assuming you like simulation games, because where you've got TSW5 and stuff, and you're thinking about Farm Sim. Not for everyone, but The Sims 4. The Sims 4, with as many packs as you can install and build yourself a big old house, you will crash. You will crash your console in minutes. You say you don't do politics or religion at all, ever. Nope. No, me neither. Me neither. Politics is politics, and it's people who think they know better trying to tell us how they know better when they've never lived a normal, hard day in their life. They may have suffered with loss or whatever, but they haven't suffered with wondering where the next bit of electric's going to come from, if you're going to be able to put food on the table next week, anything like that. If you're still going to have a roof over your head next month, they've never had to worry about certain bits and pieces. And if they have, it shows. And you can tell the ones that mean to actually help. And the same with religion. It's, people can believe what they want to believe. I'm not going to say you believe this and I think you're wrong. Well, no, I will say that actually, but I'm not going to say you believe this and you are wrong. I can say I think I'm wrong. I'm allowed to think whatever I want. That's part and parcel of being human, and the human condition of curiosity and not knowing. And that's the big part, is that no one knows. There might be. There might not be. But all the time you're worrying about whether there is or there isn't, there are other things that you should be worrying about. And that's just my worldview. You say RDR2 runs better than Train Sim World. Fair play. Fair play. I know loading up RDR2, fans on the back of my PS4, honestly, it used to sound like it wanted to take off. It was so loud. And where it sits on the unit below the TV, it used to vibrate something wrong. Obviously, some of the dust on the fans was offsetting its balance, and yeah, it used to vibrate awful. It was the wife actually had to prop it up and try and stop it vibrating, because it would send vibrations to downstairs, where we live in a first floor flat. So yeah, downstairs could hear that thing just going the whole time. You say you're actually quite apolitical in real life, and also an atheist as well, so really mean it when you say you don't do politics or religion. Fully get that. Fully get that. As I say, politics is what it is, and I will cast a vote when there's something to vote on, depending on what my position is at the time. Because I've got a very scientific outlook on life, and thus when I get new information, I will change my worldview. I just think that makes sense. You can have whatever view you want, but when presented with new information, well, you need to adjust your worldview to account for that new information, as long as that information is factual and correct. Which leads into the whole religion side of stuff. Like, I too am an atheist. It's one of those that if Christians want to believe in God, if anyone wants to believe in God, carry on and believe in God. But it's a little crazy and a little out there. But if you go through the Bible, and for every mention of angels, you cross out the word angels and put aliens. An alien descended from the heavens. That sounds a bit better than an angel. An alien on a fiery chariot. So what is ship crash landed? Sounds like Roswell to me. But that's because I also believe that we as humans on the universal scale, we are not special. Life must have developed somewhere else in the universe. It can't just be here on Earth. If it is, oh my God, oh no, why? Why is this the most intelligent thing in the universe? But there has to be. The law of possibilities and averages basically dictates that there has to be at least one other planet out there somewhere that is capable of supporting life, even if it's not sort of not life as we know it. It's capable of supporting life, new life, whatever. But yeah, it's out there somewhere. Whether it wants to interact with us or not is different. But it is what it is. That's kind of my worldview. My universal view, actually, if you think about it. So one more field to roll. Got through these fairly nicely, to be fair. Let's try not to get stuck on any bits and pieces while we're going around. Miss the trees, miss the trees. There we go. Yeah, just the one field left. Nice, we're getting through this fairly quickly today. He said, I missed the most epic spad as well. You were looking at the signal, said out loud it was red, and then didn't even try braking. Your mind was somewhere else. No, that's absolutely fine. It's, I did that on a what's it? Great Western Express, taking the high speed from London to Reading, approaching Reading, and it was a lane change, track change. So I was okay, all right, that's not a problem. I've got to slow down from 60 to 30, and then it's 60 again, even though there's a red light at the end of the station. Okay, I can do that. So yeah, slowed down to 60, went straight through, derailed. I've gone into the settings, I've turned off derail safety. Yeah, derailed. Damn it. Never mind. Is what it is. I am. But I'll get there with Train Sim. I'll get there. I was thinking I might stick up the odd, like, pre-recorded TSW video, possibly route, just review the few routes that I've got for console. Because it's one of those, I'm not just farm sim. I don't know if you've looked at any of the other videos on my channel, but I game a fair amount. I'm into a fair amount of different gaming genres, and I know it's blowing my own trumpet slightly, but I don't think I'm an awful gamer. I think I'm alright, so. And I assume that lol is just me going over the speed limit. Yeah, it said on that bit it was a 60, 30 and then 60. And I saw the red light at the end of the thing. I knew I had to slow down and hit 30 for the station, but I saw the 60 limit afterwards and went, oh, I'll be alright at 60, it's fine. Wasn't really paying attention. Continued to hit the button for the AWS. Just really didn't pay any attention and went, oh, so that failed then. Yeah. I like to think I've got a slight level of intelligence, but then I do things in some games and I really have to seriously sit there and question. The rain stopped. Wow, that really makes a difference, doesn't it? Get a tiny bit closer again now. No, back off. Nice and quiet. Yeah, I know. I wasn't paying attention to how far from the end of the route I was. To be fair, I was in the kitchen making a coffee. Just sort of peeking in, being like, yeah, okay. Relying on the controller for the thing. It said red, so I was like, right, okay, so I put some brakes on. Just stuck the initial on. Stuck my head and saw that it said 60, knew roughly where it was, just paid no attention. Just let the thing carry on. Slowing down, I think I went, because we were 120, and then it slows down to about 90, 125, slows down to about 95. I was like, right, okay. And then I heard my coffee stop, so I was like, I'll go put the coffee pod in me coffee. Went out there, started it going, that's alright, it's slowing down, it's fine. Nope, off it goes. Yeah, I am still a noob when it comes to TSW5. Very much a noob. But I figured that might, if I do stick some videos up at TSW5 at any point, that'll be part of the thing, is TSW5 with a noob. Create a new character profile, start out, go through the introductions. while we're here and we've got to mess around and do whatever to turn this round, we'll have a very quick look at Yarp and Narp. Because that's what they're called now, it's Yarp and Narp. They can just stay there until we eventually get round to having to sell the horse pasture just to get the horses out. Oh, it's this field as well. Oh, I forgot, we've got to roll this. So many fields. Got too many fields now. Yeah, let's just get this one done. For HS2, you always go to break step 2 and then back to initial. Yeah, well, I know that now. Which... To be honest, no, I don't know that now. I will still make the same mistakes repeatedly. I won't expect different results. I'm not insane. I can occasionally be a bit sit in my own special class with a helper, but I'm not insane. Yes, yeah, Hot Fuzz reference. I reference everything. I am very much a product of the 80s and 90s. And yes, I know Hot Fuzz wasn't out in the 80s and 90s, but Hot Fuzz is the sort of thing that 80s and 90s people very much like. I don't know about anyone else out there, but I've put up with a lot of different bits and pieces in my life, so I really only like watching comedy films in the first place. Oh, and definite Hot Fuzz reference, because I really like cornetos too. Come on, 2.5 more runs. Yeah, Cornetto Trilogy is fire, yes. Yeah, it is. And just to clarify, you say Cornetto Trilogy is fire. I know it's a trilogy, but my mind is pulling a blank right now. It's Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and blank. I genuinely can't remember off the top of my head. At World's End, thank you. There's I've only seen that one twice. I mean, no field lights. There we go. Yeah, I've only seen that one twice. I don't think I was paying attention through most of it both times, to be fair. I know I will watch it again at some point. But was Nick Frost in that one? I don't think I remember seeing him. Ah, I genuinely can't remember seeing Nick Frost in it. Well, as I said, I've only seen it. It's only been on twice, and I wasn't fully paying attention. Trees. To be fair, it is one that I'll have to stick on again at some point. Because, yeah, I knew Simon Pegg was in it. But, yeah. No, I shall have to stick it on again at some point and keep an eye out for Nick Frost. Because he's a slice of fried gold all by himself. Quick sip of me coffee. Lovely. I noticed that got the smileys, a slice of fried gold. Yeah, he is though. He's bloody hilarious. I mean, Simon Pegg's funny on his own as well, but Nick Frost. Simon Pegg, actually, speaking about it, and talking about the PS5 earlier, and the main reason I wanted it is because I'm a pot ahead for Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, Simon Pegg was in Hogwarts Legacy, provided some voice lines for... Oh, is it doing it again? There we go. There we go, text just caught up. Oh, wrong way. You say you're sure Nick Frost is Peg's best mate in the film? Yeah, probably is, as I say. Awesome. It's my mistake. I shall sort my act out and get to watching it at some point. In amongst 1,000,000,001 other things I've got to deal with, but that's just life. He said, also Doctor Who. What, Frosty was in Doctor Who, or Peg was in Doctor Who? And to be fair, Doctor Who isn't really something that I've watched too much of. I'm very much one of the boys from the Dwarf. Frosty was a quasi... right, okay, one of those temporary ones for like a special or something. Don't know if you ever saw it, but Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were also in an Amazon special. I say special, it only went for one season, it was cancelled. It was called Truth Seekers. My wife and I quite liked it, but I don't think Amazon did, because they cancelled it. Only got one season. Yeah, as I said, I was very much one of the boys from the Dwarf. Occupation? Space bum. God, I have just made that really awkward. I'm changing the work direction on that. Right, too far, back. That works. Oh, you're not going to update? Okay. Awesome. Flick it onto a new field, maybe? Oh, no, it still wants to do that. There we go. Alright. This one should now be... No. So still... Okay. You say a brand new Velocity just pulled up on the opposite platform. It still has shrink wrap on the seats. Wow, that's crazy. I assume that's probably going to a depot or something to get prepped for its first use. Where they'd take all of that stuff off, but that's nice. I haven't got a clue what they were, but years ago when I was a child, there was a field behind my nan and granddad's house. I've mentioned it before. They used to do field work, because how I used to like... it's why I liked farming and everything before getting into Farming Simulator. I used to like all the machines and stuff anyway. And sitting out on my balcony, because we're in a first floor flat, so we've got balcony outside and stairs that go down. Sitting out on the balcony having a smoke occasionally, I see the tractors and the machinery and stuff go by, and it's all pretty cool. But as I was saying, further up behind me nan and granddad's, there's a main road, and just past that there's a train line. One of the main train lines goes in and out of our city, and yeah, I used to go up there every now and again. My granddad would take me up as we were off used to go to the post office up that direction, I think it was, and yeah, he used to take me up there, sit me up on top of he'd keep hold of me obviously, but he'd sit me up on top of the ledge on the bridge, and we'd watch the trains go past. I used to get them to toot their horns and stuff, and yeah, you could always hear when the steam trains were going past. They used to let their whistles and bells go, and it was also, you'd see the sort of big plumes of steam, not smoke, it's steam, isn't it? You see the big plumes of steam going up. No, it's smoke. It's a steam. They're steam powered. Steam would come out of the whistle to allow the pressure to be released. No, because there'd be the smokestack the chimney coming out for the firebox, I assume. Things are going east. Pakenham TMD, or maybe. Or maybe some other sidings. I'm not even going to attempt to say that. It's Australian words. I get lost with Welsh words. Flindana Willia or whatever it is, but velocity set VL 230, 3VL 2230. Just giving it its whole reg out and everything. So I was about to say jump on and make it in train sim, but they don't. I imagine that's like an Aussie train, the velocity, because I don't recognise the name. So, although me not recognising the name doesn't really mean a lot. It's, me not recognising the name just means I'm a noob. But I classify myself as a competent gamer. I'm a noob at everything. There are many people better than me. I used to be a fairly hardcore gamer, but nowadays I just classify myself as a high-end casual. The skills are still there, don't get me wrong, the skills are still there, it's just I don't quite get the opportunity to put them to use anymore. Oh wow, you say it's a DMU for Victoria, and each state actually have different rolling stock. That's kind of nice. It gives you I assume with their own liveries and stuff as well. So there's a nice bit of variety. Yeah. I've got a friend, I've mentioned him a couple of times, Dutchman. He likes his trains, he really does like his trains. I think he's more of a steam aficionado, to be fair. But yeah, he likes his trains. Whenever we were playing Red Dead, I'd be in voice chat to him, and he'd be doing something somewhere on the map. I'd be chatting to him, and I'd just hear a ding, 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 ding in the background. And it's like, are you on that bloody train again, Dutchman? Maybe, is how he'd reply. And yeah, he's gone and stolen the train and he's just cruising around in that. He said Melbourne has purple/yellow liveries on the V line and blue/yellow on the Metro. That's cool. That's cool. So it's like yellow for Melbourne and then purple for V line and blue for Metro. That's cool. So Metro trains Melbourne for urban services and V line for rural. No, fair enough. We I think rural for you in Australia has a different meaning than it does for me in the UK. For no other reason than obviously size differences, in as much as yeah, your outback over there, scary place. Whereas the UK, no, you choose a straight line, keep walking, you are bound to hit civilization at some point. Yeah. I a lot of respect for everyone that's born and raised and like makes it to adulthood in Australia. I said it before, that land is trying to kill you and you lot make it. I'm not envious, I'm not jealous, not at all. I will keep my happy, safe little bubble over here where not everything is attempting to kill. I mean, we've got plenty of stuff that's trying to kill you all the time over here anyway. But that's getting back into the political stuff that we're not doing. So there's plenty of stuff that's always trying to kill you, but yeah, it's just Australia hates people, like the country itself. If it was a being, the country hates people. And it's like, yeah, there was that film, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yeah, that could be done in like 1 square metre in Australia. You say rural doesn't mean outback in Melbourne, it's just 3/4 of an hour out from the CBD. Yeah, whereas 3/4 of an hour is about right over here to go from one city to another. So that 3/4 of an hour is what it will take you to get across the countryside. Is that it? It is. We were chatting and I didn't realise that we were done. That is all of the rolling. Until we've sown some seeds, but that's all the rolling for now. So we'll park this up. Not putting it away, but we're just going to park it up. That'll do. And we do want to get some fertiliser down, so let's have a very quick look and see what the fertiliser levels are like. Soil composition, if we take away the mulch, yeah. So, is that what we've got? That's lime, and that's lime. Okay. Okay, that's not a problem. We can fix this. We just have to go and buy some. Because 307 litres is not going to be enough. So that 10 grand we've got isn't going to last for very long. Ah, almost. Straighten up. that works. Let's go. Right, off to the shop. In fact, while we go, let's line ourselves up there nicely. Where are we? We want that one there, and we want solid fertiliser big bag. What's that? 1,000 litres. Did we have the... No, that's just seeds. Okay, so solid big bag. We want 2 of those, and let's make sure we're not in a tree. Almost in a tree. Said doctor's time, BRB. No worries, buddy. No worries. That's that way. We want to go that way. That's where the shop is. That's what I get for turning the map off. Around the back corner of this one. Like that. We've just spent some money on this, so I'm thinking I might have to get another bag. Just because I really don't want to run out and have to come back. And that's cost us about 6 grand in fertiliser. And let's go. I hope we don't need anything else. I don't think we do. I don't want to have to do another trip. Yeah, and we would like some more money. We need a fair amount of money, to be fair. We need 105k to pay back the bank. We need 90k for the tractor we want. We need 56k for the stone picker we'd like. We need 120 odd thousand for the cedar we'd like. Where am I? I am going the right way. Oh, that's not bad. I'm starting to learn the map without the map. Yeah, we need quite a lot of money. Now, there's one surefire way that I know of how to... That's a very quick point. Let's have a look at the prices for bread. I know I said it was in December or something like that. I can't remember. It's been more than 10 minutes. Bread goes at 1,964. Flour. And there's flour. Flour goes at, okay, 800. Okay. So we make over double for, okay, yeah. It works out. It's a little better to make the bread. It will take us a while to get all the money back for what we've invested, but okay. So we are all rolled up. There is nothing in. Okay. Awesome. Oh. And zoom out so we can see it all. Ah, that's stripped down the middle. Grr. There will be tiny bits I've missed. My OCD will do my head in about them, but I have missed them. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I have to deal with it, and now so do you. All of you, everyone that's out there, if you're watching this, you've got to deal with the fact that I've missed some bits. So, yeah. It's unfortunate, but occasionally it happens. This isn't everything either. I'll have to do a second pass on all of these. I could just plunge myself into an absolute horror of fortune of debt. It's just go, yeah, okay, stuff it, I'll take another 200k. Yeah, I've taken more loan than I would have liked in the first place, so ideally I don't want to take any more. I mean, it's one of those, if I have to, I have to. But I would prefer not to. And there is... there is the ability to get all the money that we need for everything we need from right there. It is literally just staring at me. All I've got to do is cut it down, chop it up and stick it on a trailer. Which might have to happen at the end of the next episode. Because all we've got next episode is dealing with some horses. Because obviously horses need dealing with every month. So we'll deal with some horses. We will seed the canola field. Oh, that bit's already done then. Yeah, we'll seed the canola field. We'll get that re-fertilised for its second stage and rolled. And then I think we will concentrate on getting some trees cut down and try and get as much money as we can towards that Deutz-Fahr. I know it's only 230 horsepower, but it's an entry level to the medium tractors. And for 230 horsepower, it will do everything we need it to do for 90 grand. Yes, please. That's a lot better than what we'd be paying out for on the other bits and pieces. On the other tractors and stuff, sorry. I mean, all of it is a small fortune. It really is. Yeah, I know I'd do that. Right, okay. Let's go. Let's just run over the whole field, why don't we? No, I thought I was stuck on a tree. I'm not. I am stuck on my own boundary marker. Sneaky save. That's right, because it says ready to harvest, so you can't fertilise anymore. Yeah. Okay. As far as I'm aware, though, that is harvest stage 1, which is apparently best now not to harvest it. Wait until stage 2 of harvesting. Yeah, it's best now to wait until stage 2 because you get the full yield bonus. And there we go. We have got all of our fields fertilised. Let's have a very quick look at these. 70 odd percent, not a problem. So they should be good to be sold next episode as well. Let's put this back here. Sit on there quite nicely. We don't need that. We'll put this one back in the shed. We've got plenty of fertiliser saved for next time. Straighten it up. There we go. Right, and now we can zoom that back in as well, because you don't need to be as far away. Where is it? There's... Right, let's get this one shifted. That works for that. And then we want that, and can I take extra bits with this if I'm cheeky? Excuse me. Wow. That has just made my day. Because that means that I've not got to carry that over separately. So what about that one there? Can I do the same with that? Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, put that down on the floor for a minute. There's that trailer. There it is. Yeah. No, go. Go forwards. Ha ha ha. There we go. Wrong end. Alright, drop that one there. Right. Turn that off. Now we want some of these trees. Got a nice bit of working area as well. So we're just going to go a bit nuts and cut loads down. Well, I'm not going to make very much off these ones, am I? Either. Yeah, go with this one. Choppy choppy. That's only 17. Right, this one. 36.5, that's better. Choppy choppy. Right. Choppy 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 choppy. Choppy, 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 choppy. So much choppy, choppy. And choppy, chop. Oh no! Ouch! Choppy, choppy, choppy. Okay, just a little bit left. Is that it? Nope. Got this one. How big's that one? 9.6 again. Oh. Okay, right. Yeah, that's just because it's stuck under those. Understandable. We still got these two. We were supposed to have a throw button in this, but just doesn't work. Click, click. Clickety click. Right. There's a little bits on. Well, that's not really very much at all, but we'll get on it. It'll be better than nothing. Whatever this weird one is. Nah, miles off. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Okay. Just gonna have to cut them and take them from where they are. That's 6, I don't know about that. Oh, so close. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And this one or not this one? Yeah, not this one. There. 7.9. Too big. 10. Oh, no. Okay. I thought at 10 meters it was going to be too big to move, but not so. There we go. Right. Now we're going to want to start flicking them the other way. And I can't lift that one. Not a problem. I can now lift that one. I'll put that on this way. Provided it's not too long. There we go. It does stick off a little bit, but it should be okay by the time we throw some more on the top of it. About there. 7.5. About there. Something. There. 7.4. 12. About there. I got that one at 6.8 though. That'll do. And already. Yeah, I've already cut that one up. So this one. About that. About that. About that. About that. Wait. Okay. That one already cut up, yeah? Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Let's get these logs loaded up. Not that way, that way. Click, click. Sorry, excuse me one moment. I'm going to put the coffee machine on. thank you for sticking around. If you stuck around, right, let's get on with loading these onto the trailer. So I just want to make myself a coffee. I went and started the coffee machine. I will have to pop back out there in a moment to put in the coffee pod, because I got one of them Tassimo machines that you just pop the one coffee or one milk pod in, stick your sugar in the thing, pop a milk pod in, and away you go. You just press a button and it goes zzz. Any more lifty ones? No more lifty ones. No, okay, so just this one now. About 6 meters. About 6 meters. About 6 meters. If I cut this too close, it's not going to like it, is it? Let's do it there. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's not awful. Put it. Right. Almost. There we go. There we go. Just if all else fails, just stick the wood in the hole. That's what that just taught me. I'm sure that's all it taught me. There was no euphemisms or anything in that. It was just do your best to stick the wood in the hole. Right. Let's see how this does. I mean, we already know it works well. I mean, look at that, for example. I say look at that, for example, and it turns out I'd picked up 2. Awesome, that's just separated those. At least I can tell where things are now. Okay, so just a little bit that way. That'll do. There we go. That is very nice. I do like how much easier this is. I mean, that's 2 logs right there. If we were still using the log forks, wouldn't have happened. Drop them, in they go. Click, click. And away we go. Let's get another one. Okay, 1. And... two. There we go. Well, this is very much improved the speed at which we can get these loaded. We're now able to do 2 at a time. Awesome. Okay. And 2. Again, we are doing it every time now. This new bit of kit is awesome. Very much worth the $600. That's all it cost. $600 for this, and it's revolutionised the speed at which we can get things done. Click, click, and away. That's so much better. I love this so much more than that. Don't get me wrong, like I said, the log grab, very, very useful for what it is and how long we used it. Where's the cut? if I do it like that. Oh. Okay. So grab that one. And there we go. Both of them. Nice. Come on. Not much to get loaded. Okay, this is starting to get a little crowded, but if any of you have seen any of my other videos on this series, you'll know that just because it looks like it's getting full, it doesn't mean it is. We've got plenty of tricks to ensure that all of these go on there with no issue. I wonder, I do just want these two, to be fair. Yeah, there we go. So you will get it on it, even if we've got to end up sticking a couple of them hanging off the front, it's not a problem. Okay. I think this is gonna work out about right as well for our 3 hours per episode, because we're not far off our 3 hours at the moment. By the time this has got loaded up, yeah, by the time we've got this loaded up, we after the sale point and sold, got back, given our roller a wash. No, I don't think we will bother washing our roller, because it will get dirty again tomorrow. I say tomorrow, not tomorrow. Tomorrow in game, it will get dirty again soon enough. Yeah, we'll stick these ones on this side and we'll pull this forward a touch, and then we'll put them on that side. There we go. Bambi! Making a run for it again. Talking about Bambi, I saw a funny meme ages ago. Some guy saying, yeah, my nickname for my wife is Bambi. She thinks it's because I think she's got beautiful eyes. It's really because I want to shoot her mum. That just made me giggle. That one works. Ah ha ha ha, nice. Right. Let's drop that. And stuff it will grab this uber quickly. We'll get some of these sumps cleared away. Just so we don't have to worry about them in the future. There we go. Not many more. To be fair, I think we've done most of them already. Didn't cut that many trees down. I think this is there might be one left over there. No, okay. Alright, let's just get rid of this one. There we go. Because no one likes those ones. And we'll get rid of that one. And that one. Yeah, there we go. Because those are the annoying ones. I shall leave these items down here. Although it's very useful to know that I can just transfer them around with this thing. But for now, let's hitch this up to the tractor and get ourselves onto what is our home, or was for quite a while, our home away from home. We'll get on over there, get these logs sold, and hopefully we'll make a decent chunk of money. So let's go. Trying to navigate and I haven't even got the map on. Right, that's where we need to be going, that way. Silly me. For literally just a few trees, we don't have a bad load of wood here. Right, let's pull it into sail point and see what we get. £19,000. We got 20 grand. 4 more loads like that, and we'll be able to buy our tractor. That was very nice. Very nice indeed. Right. Figured it would do a cheeky save. It's Deadwood wood transport. That's the proper long distance one from over there. Fertilizer, $1,000 for fertilizing, but I still can't believe we want a Deutz-Fahr and there's one. And that's a 6 Series TTV, and we want a Deutz-Fahr. That's about as much as I know. Agristar 8.31. Wow. Where's the? There's the 8 Series TTV. 6 Series TTV. That's right. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll yeah. So there's a C6. A 6C, sorry. Yeah. I did look through, and that Deutz-Fahr there, that one, is our best bet. Most money for the least price. Because that's 225 at 83 grand. No front PTO, no front 3-point. That front 3-point front PTO. That does what we need it to do. So that's what we be getting eventually. Alright, let's drop the trailer. We'll just drop the trailer down here. We won't drop the tractor down here, otherwise we've got to run all the way down at the start of the next episode. But we shall drop the trailer down there. Wrong button. Right. Let's have a quick look and see how much it's actually going to cost now. Oh, because the condition isn't good. Okay, repair. That's not awful. And then let's refill. Okay. Well, we're really not doing too badly. Yeah. Yeah, we'll top that up. We've checked the greenhouses, they're both doing okay. We've got chickens, they're doing alright. The goats are okay, and back at you. Yeah, we're doing okay. Next episode, we want to, we'll get the canola. I'm thinking, do we do a larger field of canola this time round? Maybe one of those, or... Let's have a very quick look at our different recipes in the... Oh, looks like we're all out of barley, so we'll deactivate that one so it doesn't charge us. Yeah. Where's the... 30 to 27, 15 to 20, so we get increase on flour from oats. Okay, so oat flour is the best one in terms of getting out for what we put in. So we put in 15 oats, we get out 20 flour. And then at the bakery, we put in 90 flour and get 45 bread. So for 90 flour, it's not 90 oats. So what about 70, 75 oats, something like that, gets us 90 flour. I mean, okay, so yeah, getting bread from oats is the best way to do it. As in, like, it's the most cost effective. Flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries. Oh no, okay. So it's those strawberries that might be an issue. But it's okay. We'll get there. We will get there. We're doing okay as it is. We've got a fair few productions. And we are going to do our best to see if we can get a new tractor in the next couple of episodes. We have got a lot of sowing to do. But anyway, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, Wolfie69, for episode 27 of our New Frontier Forestry Survival series. I'm very happy with the way it's going. I'm going to skip it on to August and yeah, I'm going to skip it on to August, save it up, and end it there. But thank you for joining me. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, evening, week, whatever it is. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, happy farming, happy gaming, guys.